Hey everybody, Parker here again. So we are all familiar as to why everybody wants to move to Bend. I mean, who doesn't want to move to Bend? It's this fantastic place at the foot of the mountains. But right north of it is Redmond, and Redmond has a sneaky secret that most people aren't aware of. Redmond is actually growing faster than Bend is, and there's a very good reason why that's happening. So we're gonna jump into the top 10 reasons why people are moving to Redmond, and number 1 is the reason why everybody wants to be here. So number 10 is Redmond's food scene. We're having a little bit of what I like to call the food truck renaissance. Outside of the fact that we have tons of fantastic eateries, Redmond is exploding with a ton of amazing food carts that are providing tons of variety throughout the Redmond area. Not to mention we have Wild Ride Brewery, we have Initiative Brewing, we have everybody's favorite eatery right now, which is the Blacksmith Public House, and then there's so many other things that are going along that are really just pushing Redmond into the forefront of quality dining. In my personal opinion, Redmond's Oishi Sushi is the best sushi that you can find here in Central Oregon. Not to mention our plethora of Latin cuisines, as well as just a variety that cannot be topped. Bend is fantastic, but Redmond is showing up and showing out when it comes to fantastic food. Heck, we're even doing farm to table better than Bend is. If you ever go down to Feast, you're going to find one of the best eateries in Central Oregon. I personally haven't had a bad bite of food there. Number 9 is the climate. While it's only about 10 miles north of Bend, Redmond actually has a significantly more mild climate than Bend does. We get less annual snowfall in town, we get a little bit less rain, and it allows us to enjoy all the benefits of living that mountain town life without having to deal with all the problems that come with all the snow. This fantastic weather allows Redmond to be a great spot for recreation, with tons of back roads for road biking, mountain biking, and a ton of cool little remote areas, and being just minutes to places like Smith Rock, it is great to take advantage of the weather here. Number 8 is a huge one. While Redmond is kind of Bend's little brother, the housing prices reflect that, and your money goes significantly further, mainly because the average home price is nearly $250,000 less than Bend. While Bend has an average sales price of $775, Redmond is sitting at a paltry $535. You can get a fantastic house with high-end finishes here on more space while having a lower payment. That's why tons of people are moving to the Redmond area. It's because while Bend has the quintessential Bend lifestyle, Redmond, your dollar goes significantly further and you get a better spot to live with a fraction of the cost. Also, you get a little bit more house as well. The average home is just over 3 bed, 3 bath, and 1,700 square feet. Sitting at $535,000, this is a steal compared to Bend. Number 7 is recreation. Redmond has tons of great recreational opportunities. Being just minutes to Smith Rock, you're just a short drive to Lake Billy Chinook for great boating. Being close to Pineville for the Ochocos, close to Sisters to get out into the mountains. We have 5 golf courses within 10 minutes of downtown. We have the par 3 greens at Redmond. We have Juniper Golf Course, which is the best municipal golf course in the area, as well as the 3 courses out at the Eagle Crest Resorts. Not to mention we have tons of opportunity for trail running. There's the Dry Canyon Trail, which runs right through the middle of downtown. And then we have tons of mountain biking as well as just the river very, very close. Number 6 is the location. While Bend is the king of Central Oregon, Redmond is the hub of Central Oregon. Located exactly in the middle of Deschutes County, it is the nexus for Sisters, Prineville, Madras, Terrebonne, and Bend. There's a reason why the airport's here. People come here all the time and they come through Redmond because it is a short drive here to everywhere else. As somebody that lives in Redmond, the drive to Bend is a very short 13 to 15 minutes. It's about 20 minutes to Sisters, 30 minutes to Prineville, and 40 minutes to Madras, making it a very convenient place to be if you have any sort of commute. Redmond is also poised to be a host for tons of events at our fairgrounds. Being that's in the middle of the state, we're looking at hosting tons of state championships for sports. There are things like the Farewell Music Festival, which bring in dozens of high-quality entertainers, as well as having the airport here. It allows for an easy in and out, so if you ever have to travel, the airport's just around the corner. Number 5, Redmond is extremely business friendly and we have a growing local economy. It's a lot easier to build homes here, it's easier to put put ADUs on your property. And Redmond's favorable approach to business is allowing tons of new businesses to come into this area and thrive. This means there are tons of new job opportunities, there's tons of money coming into the area, and it allows people to live their dreams and chase different things. Redmond wants to see its entrepreneurs and its community thrive. Number 4, Redmond is family oriented, and you can see that through all of our bond programs. Redmond is building new schools, we're building a new library currently, and we're continually improving our infrastructure to make sure that families are taken care of and that the community at large is generally comfortable. We have so many different great projects going on, and you definitely see that when you're going out and about. There are tons of kids programs that are happening. The Parks and Rec is fantastic. Little League is overflowing. Nearly every single eatery is family friendly. There's tons of outdoor space that allows kids to run around, and we have tons of fantastic parks throughout the Redmond area. It's easy to see why families are wanting to move into this place. With cheaper houses and tons of family activities, it's a no-brainer. Number 3 is Redmond still has a small town feel. If you came to Bend 20 years ago, that's what Redmond is right now. It's still a little bit more boots on the ground, and things feel a little bit more close-knit. The people here are an absolute joy to be around, and you can see that they absolutely love their community. With all of the events going on to take care of everybody within this community, from our high school seniors all the way down to our kids, it is absolutely phenomenal. We have fantastic things like Music on the Green. There's the Centennial Park, which turns into a fantastic water attraction for kids. There's movie nights. There's the annual car show, which shuts down downtown. There's so many different things that Redmond does well that make it feel like a close-knit, small town. While the population right now is hovering right around 35,000 people, it's bound to continue to grow. But at this time, the way the culture stands is people still care about their neighbors and they want to see the best for one another. Number 2 is for you millennials. Redmond has the youngest demographic in Central Oregon. You see it through so many different things: the food renaissance, the community values. When you're out and about, you see tons of different families. You see all these different eateries that are popping up. There are so many different options for people right now because of this younger demographic that it's extremely attractive to people that are having families or growing one. As a younger person myself, I appreciate the fact that I can take my kid anywhere with me, and the fact that there are so many different options for the entire family to go out. This is one of my favorite things about Redmond, because you're not going to be the odd man out having your kid with you. And number 1, in my opinion, is just the community culture. The culture of Redmond is that people look out for one another. There's always events going on that are promoting the local downtown businesses. There's tons of fundraisers always happening for high schools and seniors for scholarships. Fun things like bingo from Brightside Animal Shelter at the Blacksmith Public House. We have our annual Christmas Twilight Parade. We have a 4th of July parade. We take our patriotism seriously, which is why we're known as Flag City, USA, where the Rotary as well as the JROTC go out and put up hundreds of flags every major holiday. This is a place that people care about deeply, and we want to see people care about it as well. Redmond is an open arms community that wants to see great people come into it that will continue to make Redmond a fantastic place to live. If you have any questions about why Redmond is an awesome place, you can text me at this number right here, or give me a call, or hit one of the links below and send me an email. As always, I'm Parker. I'm selling Central Oregon. Stay blessed.